Hello there, my name is Scott Arthur, and this is a very short video for the children in Primary 6 at Victoria Primary School. So I'm a counsellor here in Edinburgh, and so I work with other counsellors to try to make Edinburgh a more sustainable city. And I noticed that in the email I got from your teacher, he said that you want to be Edinburgh to be the most sustainable city in Scotland. Well, so do I. So I'm glad we're both working together on that. So I thought I'd use this very short video just to talk about some of the things we're doing. And so my main focus in the city, on the committee that I sit on with some other councillors, is what's called transport and environment. So most of the things we'll talk about here relate to transport, but that was really the subject of your email, so I think that makes sense. So this is just the title slide, and you can see there's a picture of me driving a bus there, which was actually quite exciting. So one of the big things we're doing in the city, and this will start in June, is we're going to stop cars which are older and have more pollution coming out of them from getting into the city centre. And that should make air cleaner in the city centre and just around it. And that's really important if you're young, older, or maybe have a health condition which makes it more difficult for you to breathe. And so this is a really important thing, and I've been working with the NHS on that. One of the other things we're doing is, as you know, because it goes quite near your school, is we've opened a new tram line to Newhaven. This is me standing right in front of it just before it took its first trip down to Newhaven, and I got to go on it for its first public trip down to Newhaven, which was quite exciting. And I hope some of you have been on that tram already, or at least seen it. And on the on the left, the lady with the yellow jumper on yellow jacket on is called Hannah Ross, and she was the person that was in charge of getting all of that tram built for the council. And last week on Thursday, we gave her the new job of building another tram line, and that one's going to go from Granton in the north of the city all the way down to the Royal Infirmary and beyond in the southeast of the city. But it's going to take until 2035 to do that, so I'll certainly be much older by then. Let's hope it gets done a little bit quicker. And other things we're doing is we're trying to build space for cyclists on the street so they don't have to cycle alongside cars. This one here is just outside the city centre. So you can see they've got the cyclists have a special path, so they don't have to mix with pedestrians and they don't have to mix with cars. So that's safer for everyone. So really important. And we're really lucky in Edinburgh in that the people in Edinburgh, that's you and me, we own the bus company, and they have over 700 buses. Right now, only very few of them are electric, so that's the green one in the middle there. And you can see in the back of the bus it's batteries. It also has batteries under the floor and under some of the seats. And on the left is the diesel engine. And this year, the bus company is going to start buying more and more electric buses, really good ones, much better than the green one. And you should start seeing them over the next month or two. They're going to be really, really important for the city. But they cost £500,000 each, which is quite incredible. And these are the lady on the left is called Sarah Boyd, and she runs all of the bus company in Edinburgh. And the bus is really important for climate change in Edinburgh, because in Edinburgh each week Lothian Buses has 2 million passengers. So that's people. Buses are much more sustainable than using cars. So that's people who, when you're using the bus, you're helping to be sustainable if you're using it instead of using your car. So Sarah, and the man beside me on the other side is called Jim McFarlane. He helps run the company as well, but Sarah's really the big boss. And the two of them keep Lothian Buses running, and that's really important for Edinburgh and its climate targets. And a big question we have, and maybe a question you might know the answer to, is how do we get more people to use the bus in Edinburgh? Since it is so much more sustainable, how do we get more people to use the bus, and also, of course, the tram? And something else that people say about transport in Edinburgh in terms of the environment is they say there's too many cars in the city centre and in some ordinary streets. And this map shows the city centre, and wherever there's a dot it's someone said there's too many cars on that street. So you can see quite a lot of people think there's too many cars in the city centre of Edinburgh. So something we'll be doing over the next year or two is thinking about how we reduce the number of cars coming into the city centre. So do you think that will help Edinburgh become more sustainable? Have a think about that. And the last thing I'll talk about is, this is called, it's a long name, Sustainable Transport Hierarchy. And so this tells us when we're making decisions who's the most important. And so right at the top of this is people who are walking or using wheelchairs or using mobility scooters. So that's called walking and wheeling. Wheeling doesn't include cycling, it's just people who use them for wheelchairs, etc. That's what wheeling covers. Next is cycling, then public transport, so buses, trams, trains, then taxis and minibuses, and then private cars. And the step below private cars is aeroplanes. So that tells us when we make decisions around transport that the people we'll have to think about first are pedestrians, walkers and wheelers, then cyclists, then public transport, then taxis, then cars. So do you think we've got that the right way around? Okay, there's another question for you. So if you have any questions, please get in touch. But you did give me some questions. So you said it's unsafe around your school because some of the lines are faded and you need a crossing as well. So what I'll do is I'll pass that on to the people in the council that look at these things, and hopefully we'll get an answer for you quite quickly. There is a man in the council called Mark who's in charge of making sure it's safe for children who want to walk or cycle to school, making sure it's safe to happen. So I'll give it to him, and no doubt he already knows about your school and he'll know some of the issues, so hopefully he can give us a really quick response on that, because it is really important. Because so many children in Edinburgh, they don't have a safe way to walk to school because the roads are too busy and it's not safe for them to cross, and that's something we are really trying to change, but change takes time, that's the problem. And pedestrian crossings, which you've asked for, you would never believe how expensive they are. So they can be around £100,000 for one pedestrian crossing, but they really are worth it if they stop people from having accidents and encourage people to walk more, because if you walk more, you'll be more sustainable and it's good for your health as well. Okay, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully it's not been too boring. And if you have any questions, just get your teacher to email me again, but I'll make sure all the questions you've given me go to Mark, and then hopefully Mark can get an answer for both of us as quickly as possible. And I'll just say thank you again for trying to make Edinburgh Scotland's most sustainable city. I think we need more people in the city to want that to happen, and I think if we want it enough and work for it, it will happen. Okay, bye for now.